Is it
You
working?
there? Can you hear me?
There he is.
Oh, what? We have sound.
Yeah, there we go. How are you?
Oh, jeez. Good. Well, now that we have sound, even better.
Good,
A whole lot of fun watching us this whole time, but oh man. Well, sorry I know someone was like, stop spamming us. I was like, just trying to get it to work. Sorry.
Hey, it's working now. It's all that matters.
Yeah, there we go. But how you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. Just hanging out, writing, going on runs, just chilling, man. Just waiting to play the shows again. Just like everyone else, man. Waiting to get back to work.
Yeah, because you guys are supposed to be out right now, right?
Yeah, the first day I think was supposed to be today, so it's kind of
Really?
a bummer. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so crazy how many people are going through this whole thing. Like, just the effect of it and being able to reschedule everything and do all that stuff too is just gonna be absolutely chaotic.
Yeah, I mean the good news is once all this is over, everyone's gonna be back on the road, so you'll have a chance to see like all of your favorite bands again.
There's gonna be a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I saw a thing where people are like, "Oh man, all my favorite bands are live streaming," but they're all doing it at the same time. It's like, just wait till the show starts. It's gonna be like, "Oh, I want to go see my favorite bands," but they're all gonna be playing at the same time.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be crossing paths, but it's gonna be a good time, man. Once it all gets going again.
Yeah, well, especially this now. I'm glad we got audio going, but dude, no, I'm glad you were able to do this for us. Appreciate you taking the time to do it. We posted it up, and there was a few people that had a few questions and were asking us. I was like, "What? Jack's playing some Schecter stuff?" I was like,
Yeah, man.
I was like, "We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it there."
It's extremely ironic. I remember when I was like, when I was a kid, and I used to be that kid that'd go to the Guitar Center and play everything. But like, my second guitar I ever got when I was like 14 or 15 was a Schecter, and it's like what I started to learn how to write songs on. So it's kind of ironic and weird how everything turns back around.
What was your first?
Later.
Do you remember what the first year?
It was a Diamond Series, but I don't remember the exact. Maybe it was a Griffin or something like that. I don't remember exact, but I remember the paint job was like this cherry black trans finish, 24 fret, like pearloid inlay, But I still have it. It's not at my house. It's actually at my parents' house because my mom wanted to keep it when I moved to Nashville. So.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's an old model there. But currently, you're playing the Nick Johnston models.
I am, man. I have it right here.
Yep.
The one you sent me, you loaded it with Emg 5766 for me, and man, it's definitely changed a lot for me. It's just like whenever I just plug in and play, whenever I'm doing demos or at home recording stuff, or even in the studio, man, it's like my go-to. So it's
awesome. Well,
yeah,
it was better. You were playing Les Paul style before. What made you switch over to this?
Man, it sounds funny, but the older I'm getting, like jumping around with, because I played old guitars, so it's like jumping around with 70s and 80s styles guitars that are like 17 pounds, 16, 17 pounds, like just killing my shoulder. Yeah. But also I wanted a more modern feel and a more modern look, and I've always loved like the Les Paul or like the traditional style like models, but it feels better and the weight relief is a little better on my shoulders, and I honestly just can't wait to get on stage and use it live, man.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be the first go at that too.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And I was like so excited to get up there and, jump around with it and not have to ice my shoulder after the set. but yeah.
But even in that, you had the same EMG pickups in the Les Paul, yeah?
I did, man. The 5766s are my go-to for like everything. AMG sent me a couple pairs of pickups, like the 81Xs and the original 8185s, 8160s, and I ended up just falling in love with the 5766s, man. It has like a very mid-rangey, punchy sound. So that's kind of what I shoot for in my live tone as well.
Yeah, because I also think that we got another set of them, which are the split ones, right?
Yeah, and I'm dying to try those out because in the studio as well, like live, I won't be able to tap as much with all the jumping around and stuff I do, but in a studio setting, a split coil is always like an essential thing to have.
I know we had just hit up our buddy Tommy over at EMG there for those before we had to shut down as well. So it's not just touring; it's also manufacturing and everything else like that. But we got to get those things in there soon, and because you have How many guitars are you going to take out on tour with this one? Because you got multiple tunings, right?
Yeah, I play in C, A, and G. So definitely three for now, but we'll see once we get there. Once we dial in the set list.
Well, that's good.
It's actually sad because I was looking at my emails the other day and I was like looking through it. I was like, oh, we have the set list. So I just sent it to everyone in the band. I was like, well, if you guys just want to play it at home for fun, go ahead.
Oh, dude, such a bummer. But you guys are also going to be doing another live stream with Sumerian, right?
Yeah, we are. It's actually on Kellen's birthday, so it's kind of cool that he wants to do a live stream on his birthday, and we might be playing some acoustic songs and just, you know, talking about potential new songs that we have in the banks or have that we're working on, we're waiting on getting mixed and stuff like that. So it'll be fun.
Have you been working on a bunch of new stuff for Sleeping Sirens right now?
I have, man. It's funny because we're only like 8 months into the record cycle, but there's not much else for me to do besides write. So record cycles usually go like a year and a half, but I've just been writing, but we do have a single that we are getting mixed right now that I don't know when it's coming out, but you heard it here. It's coming out soon.
Well, that's awesome, because you've been writing for some other people. You've been in the studio with a few other artists as well.
I have. I've been writing with a hip-hop artist out here in Nashville named Jelly Roll. I was actually in the studio yesterday writing with this band called Savage After Midnight, who's on Sony Red, like more of like the radio rock style. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to write and stay busy and do everything I can.
Was that the stuff you're doing with Jaden and Andrew?
Yeah, that's stuff I was doing with Jay and Andrew. Yeah,
that was awesome. Jaden from Sylar, he'd been playing some of our stuff. Their manager hit me up. He's like, man, he's been playing this for a while. Like, would you guys be down to do some stuff? I was like, yeah, sure. And I think actually Andrew Bayless from Nine Shrines was one of the first artists that I brought on board when I came over here to that. So I saw all three of you guys, and I'm like, whoa, there's a whole lot of Schecter going on over there.
Yeah, man, it was funny. I walked in because I brought my Nick Johnson over, and I walked in. I was like, oh, looks like you guys were already set. Like, it doesn't hurt to have one more. But
yeah, you ended up using the Silver Mountain, right?
We did. We used the Silver Mountain on the coil tap setting for like some of the verse stuff we had been writing, and then, you know, a mixture of I think it was my Nick Johnson and the Silver Mountain for like the choruses and breakdowns and bridges and all that other fun stuff.
Did you guys end up using that Reaper at all, or no?
We actually didn't. We were gonna actually start another song and we were gonna use it, but because the first song just was like butter, man. It was so quick and so easy, and they're such, you know, fun and great dudes to work with. So I definitely want to get back in the room with them again.
Cool. So how are you doing all this? How are you managing to juggle, like, going, you know, writing Sleeping Siren stuff, doing stuff with Jelly Roll, doing stuff with them? Like, is it all just trying to schedule everything out? Are they hitting you up? Like,
I've known Jelly for a couple years now, man, and he's always like, you got to get in with me, you got to get in. And then I went to his studio before all this had happened, and I did 3 or 4 of the new songs on his latest record that just came out, Beautiful Disaster. And then we went and sat down. He's like, I got 40-something beats for you to write over. And I was like, oh, all right, man. So we just started. So I went there a couple days in a row, and I got like 25 of the 40 done in like 5 days or something like that. We're just constantly working, you know, 8-hour days. And now it's all kind of came to a halt at the moment. But he actually just emailed me some more stuff to do at home in my little studio set up here. So always trying to grind, man.
How is that like switching up between, like, you know, doing like a rock kind of thing to a hip hop kind of thing? Are you using different gear? Is the writing different?
It's honestly a kind of a breath of fresh air. It's fun, man. It's like it's more of like texturing rather than like writing riffs and stuff. It's more of like turning on everything you have in the studio and writing, you know, more texture parts, more just seeing what you can make a guitar sound like instead of a guitar.
Right.
To put over hip hop stuff. So a lot of I've been using the neural DSP stuff a lot. So I've been using the Tosin amp for a lot of the clean stuff in the studio, and man, it's fun. It's definitely fun to write over hip hop. It's like a big open canvas.
Yeah. And then, I mean, obviously when you go in there, he's already got some stuff and you just get to kind of add to it, right?
Yeah. He just shows me a beat he's been working on. I'll like basically I'll take a chorus melody and I'll do like an underlying lead under his chorus melody to like tuck in the background, or take the chorus melody and play it on guitar and like a pre-chorus, just so the hook's always constantly there.
You guys aren't doing any like crazy drop tuning on that stuff though.
No, on the latest record I did like a riff in like drop C, but nothing like that. No, we're kind of staying in like the drop C, drop D realm for his stuff.
Some drop C hip hop, dude.
Yeah, man. Just giving little riffs and textures wherever I can. You know, it's fun stuff.
Well, that's cool. At least in this time you get to create that. So you've got the you know, some Sleeping Siren stuff that you got coming up here, which will be awesome. Hopefully, has there been talks about rescheduling this thing or your tour and stuff like that, or?
I can't say an exact date anymore. At some point we were planning for like late summer, but at this point we just don't know. So we have multiple months on hold right now to see when all this blows over.
Yeah, we kind of have the same thing going on. We were hoping that we were going to be back towards the end of this month, and it looks like it just got pushed back to next month as well. So we're trying to juggle this too.
Are you guys on the May 15th? Is that when you guys might be able to go back? Is like May 15th, or has it been pushed later?
That's what they said, that this thing's been pushed back to at least May 15th. But we want, I mean, of course, it's got to be whatever's going to be safest for everyone. You know, we'd love to get back in there and do that. I mean, we're all working from home. I'm at home right now. That's why we're trying to do this live stream stuff too, because we got a lot of artists that are at home too. Like, this is kind of affecting everybody, and this is a nice source of entertainment for our fans and for your fans and for, you know, all of us, just to kind of stay connected and stay sane on this one. But I think the other thing too is like what you're doing is we have a lot of artists that just because they're not on tour doesn't mean they're not doing stuff. Like, I mean, you're working on multiple albums, working on stuff for your band, working on stuff for other bands as well. You know, and it's like, hey, cool, this actually kind of gives them a second to take a look, and we can connect with people and they can see like the other stuff that goes into it. Yeah,
I mean, it's like, it's a process, and it's definitely, when you write with other people, it's weird and it's fun, but I just constantly, my brain consistently moves, and I'm just always trying to think about what's next, and you know, what's next for the music world.
So when you guys are writing stuff right now, or for this new single, is it like, are you guys just writing individual parts and sending them back and forth to each other? Like, how are you doing this right now, like in this time?
Well, on our last tour we did on How It Feels to Be Lost to Run, we actually had an off day in LA in like late January, and we went in on the off day and wrote a song instead of just kind of just sitting around. We all wanted to sit around by the pool and enjoy the weather and just chill, but we all went into the dark room of the studio and just wrote a single, and now we're just kind of waiting on it to be mixed, because we were going to put it out originally before this tour started. So it was supposed to come out today, but now we're just kind of pushing it back and waiting till the time is right.
Okay, so this is something you guys already kind of put together. So like, but for the new stuff that you're working on right now, like, how are you guys doing that? Is it just like, oh, I'm going to record a part and send it, and then you're going to record a part and send it? Like,
yeah, I mean, I kind of just dive into everything, and I just open up Logic and I'll track guitars and basses and do like little programming stuff here and send it to Kellen. And if sometimes we always have notes back and forth. Me and him, that's how we go. So it's like chop this up or do this or do that. But yeah, we just kind of, he'll send me a vocal melody and I'll just put it into Logic and kind of write around that, or I'll just start from a blank canvas and send him a song.
How's that going though? Be like, you know, obviously when you guys are in the studio and you guys are doing that together, it's a lot quicker, because it's just like, hey, what if we try this? What if we try that? And instead of just going like, yeah, no, whatever, you have to go full production into before to send it, and then it's like, no.
Oh yeah, it's funny because he has like a family, and he's always like busy. So like sometimes I'll send him something and I'll be like working on it for like a couple hours, and he won't respond, and I'll wait. I'm like, well, did it suck? Like, what's up? He's like, sorry, you haven't had a chance to listen yet. But it's just like, so it takes a lot longer, because when I live in Nashville and he lives in, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and he lives in Medford, Oregon. So it's like we are complete opposites. We
same time zone, right next door to each other. Yeah, it's gotta be great.
Yeah, I mean, our whole band, our bass player lives in Michigan, our drummer lives in Australia, and our other guitar player Nick lives in LA. So we're all over the world, I guess.
So then, I mean, are you guys at least used to kind of like communicating, kind of writing and doing this stuff like this distantly anyway, just because of like where you guys live?
Yeah, but it's funny because like I don't really write at home. Like I can't say I don't write at home much, but like when I'm off tour, I come home for a month, I decompress, and then we go back on tour. This is the longest I think any of us have ever been home in like 10 years. So it's like after the first month of me being home, I started to get the itch, and I was like, all right, well, I might as well just start writing the next record.
I know. So when you normally come back home, what do you do?
I take about 2 weeks, and I don't do a single thing. And then I like get back into the swing of things, and then before I know it, it's time to pack my suitcase and leave again, you know?
Yeah.
Because last year we were on tour about 8.5, 9 months. So we didn't have much downtime. You come home, you unpack, you do your laundry, you hang out with your loved ones and your dogs, and if you have families, your families, and then leave again. And this time is just different because, like I said, we were supposed to go back out in July, but we don't know that yet. So me being home from February, March, April, May, June, July, maybe say even August, September, like 7 months is the longest I've been home in 10 years.
Is that how are you dealing with that though? It's a little different when you're home because you're like, cool, I'm taking a break, as opposed to like, oh man, I can't go do anything right now.
Yeah, you know, it's not bad. Trying to make the best of it. Just I think everyone should be trying to make the best of it. Like, you know, taking care of myself and, you know, waking up, doing my morning runs, or I call it the yard, but going to work out back, and playing with my dogs and enjoying time with my fiance, and just like really just soaking it all in, because I know after this it's over.
Right.
I'll be gone for a year and a half straight, because we're going to have to hit everywhere we couldn't hit in this last 7, 8, 9 months.
Yeah, I think that's what's crazy too, and a lot of people are definitely going to be in for is when it starts. Like, dude, this stuff is stocked up. There's tickets that have been pre-sold and sold and everything else like that. Like, it's you guys are going to go twice as hard, and probably twice as long too. Like, once this is all done with.
I mean, if all of this ends and travel again, we'll probably start ending up. If we can all travel again, but not like play shows in, because we don't know when we're going to be able to play shows. But at least like the traveling thing, we'll probably end up start writing a next record. And as soon as this record cycle is over in 2020, 2021, if we have the time and patience to write a new record, we'll put something out and just keep turning and burning, man. Like this has definitely been our time off. Like this has been our time off, you know, because every band after a record cycle is over, you take off 6 months to a year. But this is our 6 months to a year, so we'll probably just put new music out and keep touring.
Yeah, I think that's what. Time. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the other thing too. It's like what you're talking about with all these record cycles. That's what all of our bands do. They release an album and they tour off of it, and this is kind of just a wrench in the whole thing too. So it's like, all right, now where do we release? When do we record? When do we go back out? When do we make this up? There's going to be a lot of interesting timing that's going to be coming up after this whole thing.
Yeah, we definitely. There was a lot of places we wanted to hit too on this record. Like we wanted to go back to South America, and we wanted to go to Australia and Japan and New Zealand, and that was all in the works for later on this year, but everything got screwed up. So now it's just a waiting game. Yeah.
But I was going to say too, so you guys are doing that live stream thing. You guys are you going to try to do any sort of like live performance stuff at all? Like on socials, things like that?
Yeah, we've been, we'll probably do a couple acoustic songs for the Sumerian live stream. I don't know how it's going to sound like just like this, but it'll be good. But yeah, we're thinking about ways to potentially put on like a live concert, but with all of us in our different homes. We're thinking about ways to do that. We just want to make it actually look kind of like a live show. We don't know how yet, but our brains are churning to try to work on a way to make it look like like you would be there.
Yeah, and I know the big part of it too is also the sound. We did a thing yesterday. I was like, oh, can we get some people to play? And I was like, man, I would love to get people to play on our live stream. I'm like, but how are we going to get that to sound not like it's coming in through a phone and out through a phone?
Yeah. I don't know. So we're trying to figure out a way to maybe pre-record stuff at our houses, and have our sound guy potentially all mix it together, and you know what I mean. We're just trying to think of a way to make it sound like a live show.
Well, dude, that's what's awesome. I think that this time right now, a lot of people have been able to connect even more with artists and bands and stuff like that, just because, yeah, they're going live and they're going direct to things. Is this the first live stream that you've done?
I believe so. I think this is the one. I was waiting on this one. I love talking about guitars and touring and stuff like that. I'm kind of picky on what I kind of want to do, but this one definitely stood out to me, and I appreciate it a lot.
No, man, it was cool, because I also think the other thing that was neat was we took that Nick Johnston model and we modified it for your sound and things like that too, which was pretty cool to do. A double hum, active pickup in that thing. I mean, I think it looks killer too. We talked about picking a few other color schemes there and going with that as well. But being able to kind of just dive into this stuff and kind of show some things off. I think most people that would see that go, "Oh, cool! Look at that! It's a Nick Johnston." You're like, "Well, hang on, look what we did to this thing." So
yeah, I mean, it was just kind of an idea me and you had, and then it ended up being really awesome. At the end of the day, when you sent me that final photo, I'm like, I don't know how this, and then it came out great. It really, really did. You got a question here. What strings do you use on Bloodlines in Medicine? What gauge strings? I actually use 72 to 13s. I put baritone strings on a normal guitar. So I have to hollow out all of my tuners so they all fit, and readjust my neck and all that other not fun stuff. But yeah, I use 72 to 13s Ernie Ball baritone strings. Yeah, I know we had to outfit a few of your super drop ones there. To physically work on that one. Yeah, it's definitely weird playing strings that thick, because it feels like you're kind of playing a bass at sometimes, but right. I prefer it. I like it. I mean, because I play 62s in drop C anyway, I prefer thick strings. Yeah. No, I know. That was one of the things we talked about too. I was like, I just want a 7-string. You're like, I really don't think so. No, I love 7-string in the studio, but live it's just messing me up. I don't know why. It's just I'm so familiar with a 6. No, I know. It kind of messes everything up with that, especially if that's what you're used to. It's just that whole motor skill. Yeah, I mean, I love using them in the studio like 7. I've almost used an 8 before for our last record, but I was like, it just didn't end up working out. But it's just part of my style. I just like strings with big strings. Yeah, no, sorry, my dogs are flipping out. They see a squirrel outside. I know. I have 2 downstairs as well. I'm surprised they've been this quiet. They've been laying here quiet this whole time. And then we got the squirrels that run along the wall in the backyard, and they're just like. I know. I got 3 bunnies out front. My dogs just lose it whenever they see them. So. Oh man, yeah, they're doing great. Someone says they want to see the guitar. I know you showed it off earlier, but for those of us that are just joining us, boom. And so that one's it's the Nick Johnston and Atomic Frost. So yeah, we swapped out those Emgs. It used to look like this. That's right. That's what you were using. We turned it into this. Exactly. Zach Sandler, what's up, buddy? He said, Zach? Zach says he's coming by to play it. Oh, all right. Come play it. Shout out to Zach. He's one of our artists, too. He's awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, man. It's definitely cool being with you guys and a part of the company, one that I've known for so long and been a part of my childhood, now coming back full swing and playing these things at my house and was supposed to be live. And it's funny because the true test is soon as I got it, the first thing I did was plug into my Fractal and I ran the live set. And I was like, because that's the tone that you're going to hear in it. Yeah. Dude, it's so beefy and so chunky. It sounds so good with those EMGs in it, man. I'm so stoked on it. Well, dude, I wanted you to get out there and kind of do it just so you could just feel the difference on your neck and back afterwards. I mean, going from those Les Pauls to this is a huge difference. Yeah, I mean, it's more of a modern style, and it feels better when I stand up and play it. There's a lot of weight relief, and it feels very natural. And I've had a couple like Strat style guitars, and this one just feels, with the roasted maple neck, it's kind of like, it's a little lacquery, a little rough, because I've been playing the hell out of it. But like it feels right.
Yeah, well, which is cool, because originally when we started talking, I was going to send you a bunch of Solo 2 stuff that we had, like our Les Paul style stuff, and we'd actually even done a one of our Platinum Series Solo 2s. We did it with those pickups as well.
Yeah.
And like, I don't remember what it was. I remember you were just like, "Hey, can I try this instead?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, you can try whatever you want."
Yeah, I mean,
and you were like, "Yeah, this."
The second I got it, I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is the one. This is the right one."
Which is funny. What made you even want to try something different?
I've been a big believer in trying different things like my whole entire life. Like I have a crazy Les Paul collection, but it's like I've just played that shape for so long, and I'm just kind of tired, like not tired of it at this point, but I wanted something new and something fresh to start off like the record cycle with, Yeah. And like I said, it would have been today. Today I would have got you those first live photos.
Yeah, I know. Where was the first date supposed to be at?
I believe the first day it was in Reno, because we were all excited because we were going to practice. It was a 3-day bus drive out there, so we were going to practice the 8th and the 9th and the 10th, and leave the night of the 10th. And all the band and crew were so excited because we get to just hang out and do like a deadhead drive for 3 days and stop. We were going to stop in like El Paso, or not El Paso. I think we were going to stop in Dallas and maybe Vegas on the way, and just get to hang out for 3 days before everyone had to get to work.
So with you guys all scattered everywhere there, what do you guys end up rehearsing at?
We rehearsed in Nashville. Our storage unit is here. We rehearsed over at Soundcheck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason I moved here. It's because when the guys come into town, we get to rehearse for 4 or 5 days. I get an extra couple days at home before I have to say goodbye for 2-3 months at a time,
Yeah, that, and they all come to you, so it's even better.
Yeah, we always come to my house and we grill out and we hang out, and it's like a big family.
Well, that's good, man. At least, well, hopefully you guys will get back into this thing soon and figure out all this touring stuff too. Because this was just a U.S. run, yeah?
Yeah, this was a U.S. run, and right now, I mean, we're confirmed for Reading and Leeds in August in the UK, but we still haven't heard word on that yet, so we're kind of waiting to see what the final word is on that as well. But yeah, right now we just had that, and then we had some European festival stuff we were doing, but who knows?
Yeah, no, I know, especially with the way things are going right now. But I know, I hope nothing. We can get this going sooner than later, and everyone can get out there, and we can get you actually using the gear and doing it live, and we can get some good assets. But I remember that.
You guys as well, man. Like getting back to work, and not being quarantined at home, and just being able to like see your coworkers and friends again. That's very important. Well,
yeah, man. I mean, we've got Zoom calls all day long, so we got a few more of those coming up to discuss some things, and we're still trying to design things, and come out with things, and do what we can from home. We still got one guitar that we got to finish for you, swapping out the pickups in. I know that.
Yeah.
As soon as we can get back in. I'm not in a hurry for it right now, but
Yeah, whatever that is. What is Zoom actually? Is it just like a big party FaceTime call thing?
I mean, yeah, it's like a Skype call kind of thing. We just all come in, and then it's it's just all business stuff. Okay, well, we have this, what this is going on here, blah blah blah.
I need to tell my man to get one so we can all hang out. I haven't seen the only person I think I FaceTimed is I think Kellen and Nick so far. Oh, Justin FaceTimes me all the time, but he just wants to play Call of Duty. So.
Oh yeah, we got Justin. Justin was using. We sent him over one of those Nicky basses, huh?
Yeah, man, it's all he plays. It's funny. Every time he talks to me, he's like, "Dude, this, dude, that." He loves it. Plus, that's like his growing up in his household. It was like an '80s metal like household. So for him to have like a Nicky Six signature, like even though he commented on the picture the other day,
I saw that.
He called me and he was freaking out over it, man. It was funny.
I know. I thought that was really cool. Nicky's such an awesome dude and super, super nice. And we post that thing up, and then he commented on it. I remember you telling me how like how big of a fan he was, and I saw him. I was like, "Oh, dude, thanks so much!" I'm like, "Oh, sweet, that's awesome."
Yeah, Justin's little brother is literally named Nicky after Nicky Six. Like his family's like '80s metal.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah, his family's like '80s metal through and through.
Oh man, all right. Well, then that makes even more sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't tell you the countless amount of mornings where I've heard Rat, Poison, Def Leppard blasting at 9:30 a.m. while he's cleaning the bus. Like, it's insane.
Well, dude, I'm glad that he got that, and then it means even that much. I'm glad Nicky hit him up on that one, you know, and he's such an awesome dude. And I'm glad that he's digging that as well. But let's see if we have any other questions in here. Oh, we got some requests to see your dogs.
They're downstairs and they're being good right now. So I can't get them. So I'm gonna let them chill. Like, yeah, I have a border collie and a pit mix, and when they're sleeping, they sleep, and when they're awake, they're crazy. Yeah. So they're napping right now. I'm just gonna let them nap for a little bit.
Yeah, I've got my little pit mix over here sleeping down. We actually we have our little Dogs of Schecter Instagram too, so we try to get artists to bring in their pets. We're a very dog friendly company, but you'll see if you come in, we usually have at least one dog in the office. We have a cat that lives there full time, but then we try to get artists to bring their dogs in. We started a Dogs of Schecter Instagram so that we can just post different artist dogs and stuff when they come in.
There they are.
There they go.
Yeah.
They heard us talking.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Or they saw a squirrel again.
Yeah, I know. Boom. Someone said, whatever happened to the song tutorials for the latest record?
I put out 2, and then we kind of went back on tour. But I've definitely, I think I'm going to be doing one with potentially Guitar World here soon for Agree to Disagree. But I'm going to probably do the whole new record during this quarantine. Just like snippets of choruses and stuff like that. Because we were originally going to film our photo and video guy, Don. Me and Nick were originally going to film like complete playthroughs of everything. Like his parts, my parts, like everything. But that obviously got put to a halt as well. So I'll probably just do at-home ones and just kind of put them side by side of like the rhythms and leads. Well, that'll be cool. That'll give some people to kind of do that. Maybe what we can do too is if you're down, we can try to do 1 or 2 on here. I was talking about with Rob about that. Like, hey, maybe we can do a playthrough for one of them live on here and just do like the live Q&A. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. Let's see. What's your favorite Schecter guitar? The Nick Johnson, hands down. I mean, for me, it's just the 2 that I have. It's more about its consistency and playability. Like sometimes when you get a guitar, the same guitar, one plays different than the other. But these are just both very consistent, and the playability is incredible. That one's awesome to see. When are you guys going live on Twitch? We were actually just talking about it. It's just I play Call of Duty. Justin plays Call of Duty. Matty, drummer, he lives in Australia, and all he does is like surf, like do Australian things. I don't know what he does, but like Kellen plays Animal Crossing, so it's like the only people that would really be on Twitch would just be me and Justin, which could be very entertaining. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Here's another one for you. What is your favorite Avenged Sevenfold riff? Oh man, I like Shepherd of Fire a lot, but I honestly like. I remember the first one that I really, really fell in love with was, I like their old stuff off Waking the Fallen, but like I'm a big like backcountry riff guy. I love backcountry. It's just dirty, it's grimy, it's a little southern, it's a great riff. Yeah, also one of my favorite, like they're one of my favorite bands, like as a kid until now. Like, you know, that's another reason I like being with you guys is like Avenged and Papa Roach. Like that was like my childhood, you know, being here with you guys is, you know, it's I mean, all those guys from Avenged are with us, and Jerry's awesome. He's been with us for
such a long time. He's the one that's been keeping the Tempest alive in our line right now. That's the only current Tempest model that we have as of right now. But Jerry's been great and just a long-time Schecter player. Yeah, let's see what else here.
Let's see, gotta get closer. Can you play an Sevenfold riff? God, potentially.
Do you listen to any music for inspiration? If so, what?
It's, you know, lately I've been in like a very heavy music mood. I've been listening to like a lot of Amir and like Gideon and Silent Planet and stuff like that. Because it's good to go on like runs too. But like I like to pull inspiration from songs outside of like rock for some, like just like for bridges and like intros and stuff from like multiple different genres. I'll hear a melody, I'm like, oh, that could sound cool on guitar. But I mean, I like pulling inspiration from everything and not like talk, because I don't want our band to sound like anybody else. So when we actually do records, I don't listen to anything within the genre, like nothing heavy, nothing. I'll listen to like a lot of like country, like pop and stuff like that, just so I don't hear what's modern and what's relevant.
What song do you play live that gets you the most hyped to play?
Oh, I like, on the last tour, I loved playing Break Me Down. Break Me Down was probably my favorite song between Break Me Down, Kick Me, and obviously If You Can't Hang. Because If You Can't Hang, as soon as the drum part starts, everybody just goes off. So yeah, Break Me Down, Kick Me, and Can't Hang are my 3 favorite songs.
Are you writing more or less music during quarantine?
So much more. Good ideas, bad ideas, all ideas are being brought to the table right now. I know I definitely have like 3 or 4 that I've sent to our producer and to Kellen that are definitely going to make the next record. And they're definitely on the heavier side of things. So it's definitely, the stuff I've been writing is definitely like a little, like a step higher and a little bit heavier than our last record so far.
Cool. If you could go on tour with anyone, who would you guys go on tour with?
Wow. Honestly, I would love to tour with Avenged Sevenfold. I would love to tour with like a Shinedown would be amazing. Zach's a good friend of mine. I mean, just anything in like the hard rock realm, man. It just, honestly, at this point, I would love to just go on tour with anybody. I would love
right
to
now,
just
yes.
be back on the road. But, you know, Metallica is obviously like a big inspiration for everyone in the rock world, and we were actually going to get to play a show with them during this record cycle.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm so excited about that. So I guess my Metallica dreams got crushed until 2021.
Man, I'm sure you guys will have another chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see there. What's your favorite Stray from the Path song?
Kickback off their new record. Internal Atomics. Man, that record is so good front to back. I listen to it way too often, but it's not a bad thing.
Let's see. What is the most difficult song for you to play live?
It depends. It depends on how much I hang out with Justin before the set. Let's see. Honestly, that's why I love playing Break Me Down so much. It's because it's kind of all over the place. Like, there's not one part that I play consistently the whole song. It's like I'm doing octaves and a lead and then another lead. Like, so I think Break Me Down is definitely one of the a little more challenging ones in the set for me. That one and the chorus of Medicine. And the reason behind that is when we worked with Matt Good, the producer on that song, he's like 6'5", 6'6". So his hands are way bigger, and he always says these crazy string skipping things when he's helping you write leads. And I'm like, dude, I'm 5'10". Like, you are way taller than me. So I had to figure out a way to play it like him so it didn't clash with like the vocal melody. But I ended up figuring it out. So yeah, the chorus in Medicine's kind of a pain in the ass.
Any funny tour story you want to share?
Every single day that I'm on tour, something something weird and funny happens. It mainly is just Justin. Between him and Kellen, like bickering over nothing, because me and Justin are very high strung, very hyper all the time, and Kellen just likes to chill. So whenever he goes to chill, we just start messing with him. So I mean, honestly, every single day on tour is a really good time. But we really don't fight. Like, we're not like a typical band. We all get lunches and dinners together. I mean, it's just a good time overall.
Do you think you guys living like far away from each other and then coming together, like having that time off, definitely helps with that?
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, bands that live close together, like if I were to go out and say Justin or Kellen, whoever lives 15 minutes from me, if I were to go to a bar and see them out and they didn't like text me, I'd be like, dude, why would you hit me up? Like, I've known you for 11, 12 years. So I think definitely us all living so far apart and then being able to reunite again is definitely been able to keep our brotherhood and our friendship as strong as possible.
Because how long have you guys been together now?
I'm 20, so I joined the band when I was 19. I'm 29 now, so I've been in the band for 10 years. But I believe they were touring 2 years prior, or a year and a half prior. So I think like 11 and a half years.
And what were you doing before sleeping?
I was in another band called Broadway for a long time. From when I was 15 till the time I was like 18 and a half, 19. And then that band kind of wanted to go their own way and do their own thing. And then I got a call from Kellen, just, from randomly knowing him on the internet and him being my friend. He was like, hey, we need a guy. And I was like, all right, I'll drive to Atlanta, pick me up in 2 days. So I met him on the way. They drove from Michigan to Atlanta to pick me up. And then we drove from Atlanta all the way to Oregon to write Let's Cheers to This.
Man, that's awesome. Was Jake in that band in Broadway?
Yes, he was.
Man, I went to do an interview with Jake one time and we showed up and he was sick and he had no voice. And it was I felt so bad for him because we were trying to do an interview and he couldn't talk whatsoever. And I think that thing still got posted somewhere.
Oh, I got to search that up later.
Oh, I think I can send it to you. I feel so bad though. That's one of those memories I have where I'm like, oh dude, poor guy.
Yeah, me and Jake known each other for 14, 15 years now, man. It's crazy.
Let's see. What's the worst mistake you've made on stage?
Wow. I mean, there's been plenty, but I think just trying to get into like the barricade one night, and I jumped down and I realized the stage was way higher than I thought it was, and I couldn't get back up. So I had to kind of chuck my guitar up there and then kind of run around and go back and get it.
It's not that bad, but it'll be all right. What's your next tattoo gonna be?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. I honestly hate getting tattooed now, so I don't know. But if I'm gonna do anything, I'm probably gonna do my whole stomach next, and that's gonna suck. So.
See what we got. We'll do a few more here, and we'll let you get going. Doing almost over. Has anyone ever got hurt on stage?
Yeah, we all have. I know Kellen's hit himself in the face with his microphone plenty of times. He's headbutted my headstock before and busted his eye open.
Ooh.
I've gone to jump on a riser and split my shin in half. I mean, dude, we've all got hurt. It comes along with it. Like, you can't, the stages are a lot more slippery than you think it sometimes. And, we've all busted our shins and our knees and twisted our ankles and all that other stuff. But the show must go on.
Yeah. What? There's so many, what's your worst this, but awful? I was like, oh my God. What's your favorite venue to play at?
Oh my God. Let's see. In the UK, my favorite venue I've ever played at is Roundhouse. in the States, man, I'm just a sucker for. I love playing the House of Blues. I don't like a lot of their rules necessarily, but I love playing at House of Blues. It's just a solid venue. When you get there, you know what the stages are going to be like. You know what the staff is going to be like. You know everyone's just going to be nice and friendly.
You like doing the bigger shows, the more intimate ones?
I mean, I can go either way. We did like an acoustic, like a small room acoustic tour, and that was a lot of fun because, you know, sometimes they were singing so loud you could barely hear yourself play. So I definitely love doing like the punk rocky acoustic-y kind of vibe a little more because it's more intimate, and there's like such limited tickets. You know what I mean? So it's like whoever wants to be there really wants to be there.
Yeah. What's your favorite city to visit on tour?
Wow, that's a hard one. It's gonna sound weird. I like St. Louis a lot, man. I think I always have a really good time in St. Louis, and between St. Louis and going back home to Orlando, Florida, because that's where I'm from. So whenever I go to Orlando, I see my friends and my family. So I'm gonna actually say Orlando, Florida.
What is your favorite song to play acoustic?
I pawned off all the acoustic stuff on Nick. But if I did, which I'm going to once we start touring again, either I'd probably do Ears or man, honestly, probably Roger Rabbit would be my favorite song if and when I did play it, because everyone just reacts and cries and just loves that song so damn much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they got.
Got like one or two more.
She loves Roger Rabbit.
Tons of Roger Rabbit fans here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, here you go. Any plans for doing some more acoustic tours?
Yeah, we've thought about it. We might have some acoustic songs coming out soon.
Oh, might not.
Might be, you know, somehow it feels to be lost acoustic sessions coming out. And we can definitely put together a set. We're actually talking about it because if they do lift, like, say if they lift the band on like small venues, like 500 cap rooms or something like that, you can't play like the bigger ones, then in the time of us being at home, we would get together and probably do some kind of acoustic run. But regardless, we're going to do one either by this year or the next year, because we love being in that setting and we think we thrive in that setting.
How do you guys write your set list? Is it all the way? Is it set for the whole tour? You guys make it up every single day? Like how does that go?
There's two different ways. I basically I'll put it all together at home with one of our engineer friends that work out in LA, and I'll put the whole thing together. Think of like interludes, like kind of like the maestro, and be like, think of all the interludes and intros and kind of like help build the set. And then Kellen likes to, when we play live, he likes to randomly pick and choose where he puts songs. So it's usually set in stone, and then there's always that 5% chance every night that something's going to get moved around, or you'll hear him just go, hey, let's move this here tonight. I'm like, fine. So I have to run across stage and do a guitar change. But, 90% of the time the set is the same, unless we get what we call an audible. So
yeah, right. All right, we got time for like one or two more questions, and we'll let you get going. It's been almost an hour on this one, so I do appreciate you taking time to do this, man.
Of course, man.
Okay, so what's the process for choosing songs for an album? What makes you guys keep something? What makes you guys cut something?
It just matters if we really, there's no bickering or anything like that. It's like we're all very level-headed in the studio. Like one of us is like, hey, we don't think this song should make the record. There's no back and forth. It's like, we all want to mutually agree on something. we write as much as we can, you know, as most bands do. We usually, if we're doing an album of 10 or 12, we try to get at least 22, 23 songs. And then usually we'll write them all, structure them, and if we don't have any attachment to the song, it's not like we hold it and save it. Like, we literally just throw it away. Like, if we can't find like an attachment to it, all that hard work, we'll just toss it and be like, that song never
Done. What's your favorite memory with a fan?
I mean, dude, there's so many. It's just being able to interact and hear people's stories and hear what our music has done for them, you know, but what they don't realize is they've done just as much for us, you know. So favorite fan story is just them supporting us for all these years and being at our shows, and it means the world to me and the rest of the guys.
Awesome. Now, I think we can end it on that one, but again, man, thanks for doing this and taking the time out. Appreciate you doing that, talking about your guitar, all the mods we've done. You guys are going live with Sumerian. What was the date again?
April 24th.
So April 24th. If there's more questions for you guys, or if you guys want to hear some stuff, definitely make sure you check out. That's Sumerian on Instagram, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So Jack will be over there too. But yeah, man, thanks for doing this. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thank you guys so much.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Be safe, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.